Hi everybody, this is Diane O'Brien. I'm putting this video out today to let you know that Work From Home Headhunter is out on Amazon. So all of you ladies that have always wanted to learn about the recruiting industry and maybe even become an entrepreneur from home and start your own business, recruiting is a great way to earn corporate money from home. And for you recruiters out there that already know about recruiting but perhaps want to up your game and learn how to become a retained recruiter, a lot of those tricks and secrets and good tools really to sharpen your toolkit are in the book. So check it out. Again, it's Work From Home Headhunter, and I hope it's out there not only to inspire more women entrepreneurs and already recruiters that are in the business, but even a lot of the girls in college that are looking for a career they can take home one day but still make great money. Recruiting is a great way to do that. So check it out. Again, Work From Home Headhunter, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, hey everybody. I feel like it's getting later in the day here, and I just want to get a few of these videos out since I'm actually doing this today. It's been months and months. But this one's going to be on finding a great mentor. As you know, I've been helping a lot of you recruiters out there, brand new ones even, or existing ones looking to get some help. But separate from me, I only help, select few people that I can help on any given quarter, with time constraints. But there are plenty of mentors like myself, other just women, especially want to help other women, or I'm sure, with male role models for you recruiting guys out there from home. But regardless of who it is, find a mentor. And if you need help or ideas, feel free to email me, because I've connected people in the past to a mentor. Again, I take on a few people here and there when I can. But it's really just critical in getting you to the next step. And I've always had mentors myself in my business. I feel like that really helped lead to most of my success, from a very young sales girl at GE through pharmaceutical sales days, into recruiting, and definitely into my own business. I mean, I had my the first job at GE, in fact, when they hired me, it was my boss, who was a woman, who really told me how to negotiate with her VP when I went to corporate for how much money I should earn. I never would have asked for the amount that she thought I was worth. And, it was like, back then, I think it made a $10,000 difference. Not a big deal, but still, it's a big deal when you're first out of college. And then same thing later when I went to a different company. I had someone whispering in my ear of how to handle the negotiation. And of course, just becoming an entrepreneur and starting my own recruiting business only happened because of a CEO friend that was whispering in my ear that I could do it and what was involved. And then when I got scared at certain times and couldn't find maybe a template for a contract, or maybe just a template for an invoice, or didn't know how to go about getting a certain client or anything, I had mentors always there to help me. Now, I'll keep this short here, but typically it'll happen, not typically, but often it'll happen organically in your life, where just through social contact, you'll meet people that will offer to help you, and you'll take them out to lunch or whatever works to kind of get together to really facilitate the relationship. But in this technological age and social media, don't be afraid to reach out in different ways now. It might not be through friendship that you find out there in live time, but if you find someone online, I've done that now, not through only people I've met personally, which is always in the past how I've mentored people, but now that I've been putting videos out and connecting to people I've never even met before, I'm mentoring complete strangers across the country, kind of under a different format than I typically would if I knew you're right here and I'm meeting you face to face. But there are just ways to be creative and make it work, and there's no set template. So whatever you think will work for you, that you think is a good fit for the other person too, you can develop all kinds of different ways of doing it on a weekly basis, how I usually work, and you might do it on a trade if there's something you both need to get information-wise from the other, or an hourly rate, or a percentage of the contract at the end when they help you land it. So just be creative with what you think you want, but just know that having a mentor and having someone there often just to hold you accountable week by week to what your next step is, and to push you through, and to help give you those little tidbits of detailed information that really make or break it. Again, if you're in the recruiting field and you've done any recruiting, you know how it's all in the details as far as when you're getting that job done to the close. So it's not things you read in a book or look at a process map, but the little details in between that can make or break the deal. And that's what mentors can help in any new area you're trying to learn. So I just can't stress that enough. I hope this is helpful, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks. Diane O'Brien. I am putting this video out today to help you find clients. For all of you recruiters out there, this is a call that I get, a question that I get from many recruiters looking for help on how do they find clients. Perhaps you're just entering the recruiting game and you need your first client, or maybe you're used to working with a lot of people's clients, other recruiters that have been feeding you through the years. Maybe you're sourcing or interviewing or screening but you're at a point where you want to find your own client and kind of feed yourself, so to speak. And a lot of recruiters evolve into this if they want to. So there are two sides of this coin, I think. And the first side, I think, is, you know, the basic 101 ideas I can give you if you're just starting out. And then the other side is you're a little more advanced. I would give you a little bit more of a different route to take. So, but what both of those have in common, whether you're just starting or you've been at this for years, is that you want to make sure that you're starting to think a little bit differently about how to find clients. The question now with social media becoming so strong is you want to start asking your question, how am I going to have clients find me? And it's something that you should start asking or thinking about right now. Even if you're a sourcer just starting out behind your desk, you may not always be sourcing. You might want to go into recruiting and interviewing and later the biz dev. And so you want to get yourself out there, your profile, so clients can start finding you out there. And you know, there's various ways to talk about doing that, which I'll save for a different video, but it's something you need to start thinking about. Okay, so how do you find a client? Let's start with 101 basics. Once you figure out your market and once you figure out who you're going to be going after to hire, and all this is in my book, Work From Home Headhunter, if you need more detail. But it's figuring out the market first, again, who you're hiring. If it's a salesperson, an engineer, doctors, lawyers, if it's a CEO of a company, you know, what marketplace and what level are you hiring? Once you find that, you can basically go on the job boards. Indeed is a very popular one right now, Indeed.com. Obviously the old standbys, Monster.com, Career Builder. And basically you're going on here and finding out who's hiring. That's where it all starts. That's what us recruiters do. That's what we do in biz dev. And then from there, it might be an HR that's advertising it, but you want to then use LinkedIn, which is so easy nowadays to find out then who the true hiring manager is, and you know, put a phone call out, maybe an email. Again, if you're going social media, it's great because you can get on their Twitter page, or you can find out what blogs maybe they're writing to respond to for a very kind of warm way in. But that's basically how it's done. It's, you know, nothing fancy. Even with social media and the technology and tools that are coming out, it still is that person-to-person connection, whether it be a phone call, or if you're really creative and smart using video for a quick little maybe first touch point. There's some really cool technology coming out from some companies that has video mail and not the video interviewing. I know I talked about video interviewing years ago, which has become more commonplace, but this is video mail to make that first contact over email a little bit more personable, so you'll get more responses. So I'll save that as well for another video as far as tools of the trade. But really, you know, that's the way it's done. You find who's hiring, you're putting the phone call out, you have your elevator speech ready, which again is another topic you can find in the book too. But if you get a little bit more advanced from there, you know, then it's not only putting the phone calls out to who's hiring, but you're using other companies to help you do the basics, like the whole scrubbing and researching of who is hiring and giving you that list. So instead of you creating it, there are many companies now that can give you a list of, you know, 20 to 100 people that are hiring right now with their contact information. That way you're not wasting your valuable sales time actually trying to figure out just who to call. You have that list, so you've already, you know, basically outsourced and paid someone else to find that list for you, and then we get right into how you're going to call them and get the deal. So that's one thing to keep in mind.